I used to have a friend named Louis Franklin, who was, without doubt, one of the most complex people I've ever come across. I'm sure we've all had friends like Louis. Somehow, no matter what Louis did, it was always the wrong thing to do. I don't believe there was a mean bone in Louis's body, not a one. But with the best advice in the world, Louis couldn't make it across town and back without experiencing some mishap or other. It was absolutely amazing. One day he came to me and asked what I thought about something or other. Now, as it happened, I was just about to leave for Philadelphia. I'm on my way right now, I told Louis. How are you getting there, he asked. In this car, I told him. Fine, he said. That's great. I haven't got anything else to do. I'll ride down there with you. For reasons I'll probably never be able to figure out, that trip turned out to be the best thing that ever happened to Louis, and all because of a hot dog. I'll attempt to explain this peculiar phenomenon after this word. It was a hot dog, for some weird reason or other, that suddenly struck sense into unlucky Louis Franklin. We were on our way down to Philadelphia from New York, and we stopped by one of those famous roadside food emporiums they have on a lot of the highways of America. It must have been about 11 o'clock at night. Well, Louis had been talking my ear off about his problems and tragedies, but he stopped just long enough to order a hot dog. The counterman loaded it up with all that goop they put on it and served it on a little paper thing. All of a sudden, I heard the most tremendous clatter. Louis had banged his enormous fist down on the counter, and the silver bounced into the air, and the coffee cup toppled off its saucer. I've got it, he yelled. You've got what? I asked him. I've got the answer to myself, he said. And somehow I knew from the tone of his voice that in a peculiar way, he really had figured out something about himself. The reason everything goes wrong with me, he said, is because I am wrong myself. What else can I expect? Louis Franklin made an important turn that night. He made a decision to change his whole outlook on life, from a wrong one to a right one, from negative to positive. Now, I know it sounds as though I'm oversimplifying, but one thing is sure. If we forget what's behind us, we've got a future full of strength and hope and joy. Looking back, I think it was a beautiful experience, being allowed to be present on the day that sense began to gel in unlucky Louis Franklin.